In this video, I'm going to try to address the question, why won't your yo-yo sleep, and help you figure out how to get your yo-yo sleeping again, if it even can do that. Now, sleeping, of course, is any time the yo-yo spins down at the bottom of the string. Of course, you can bring the yo-yo back up, but sleeping is the foundation for all kinds of tricks, and so it can be really frustrating if you get a yo-yo and it used to be able to sleep and it no longer can sleep. It's going to make learning a lot of tricks impossible if you can't figure out how to get that right. So in this video, I'm going to try to show you how to get your yo-yo to sleep again. And so I'm going to look at four different types of yo-yos, and I'm going to address why it won't sleep in each case. And so if you have, I'm going to address them in this order. So if you know what kind of yo-yo that you have, you can just skip ahead in the video, try to find the section where I talk about the yo-yo that you have. So the four types of yo-yos I'm going to talk about are cheap yo-yos that you might get at a dollar store or something like that. Fixed axle yo-yos, these are any yo-yo that's going to be made out of wood, or your less expensive Duncan yo-yos like a butterfly or imperial, something like that. Then I'm going to be talking about brain yo-yos, and then finally ball bearing yo-yos. And so the first yo-yo that may not sleep when you get it is what I just call a cheap yo-yo. This is something you get at a dollar store. This is something if you go to some sort of event, I don't know, like a car show or something, and they give away yo-yos for free with, I don't know, General Motors or Ford written on it or something like that. This is a yo-yo that you have not paid much money for. Maybe somebody gave you a yo-yo as a gift and there's no logo at all on the side of the yo-yo, almost like the company's too embarrassed to even own up to the fact that they made this product. All of these types of cheap yo-yos may not sleep at all. And so if you've gotten one of these and the yo-yo doesn't sleep, it may be because it's just been designed poorly or cheaply, and the yo-yo itself just can't sleep. And so if you want to start learning tricks on yotricks.com, you're going to need a yo-yo that sleeps. We've got all kinds of yo-yos for players of all different skill levels, so we suggest that you check those out. You can learn how to get the yo-yo to go up and down with a cheap yo-yo, but really that's about it. So the next type of yo-yo is you may have gotten a fixed axle yo-yo. And so the lightning yo-yo, which is a wood yo-yo that we carry on Yotricks. This is a fixed axle yo-yo. Any yo-yo that has a wood axle, your butterfly yo-yos, your imperial yo-yos, you know, the inexpensive, kind of common Duncan yo-yos like that. Not all Duncan yo-yos, but the less expensive ones you might find at like a drugstore or a grocery store or something like that. So these yo-yos, if you get one of these, they should be able to sleep. And so a lot of times when you first get a yo-yo, like this, you'll find that it sleeps and it's just fine, and then as you're using it, over time, all of a sudden it'll just stop sleeping. And you're wondering, why isn't my yo-yo sleeping anymore? Well, what may have happened is your string might have gotten too tight, and so you can know if that this is what's happened if the string has gotten like this. And what that means is that the string is wrapped so tightly around the axle that it's no longer free to spin freely. And so that's why it won't sleep. And so we have a trick called the UFO that you can learn that can help you loosen the string so that the yo-yo can sleep again, just like that. Another way that you can deal with a string that's too tight, especially if you're a beginner, is you can just take the yo-yo right off your finger, and you can just kind of pull the string out like this and let the string hang at the bottom, and you'll see it's untwisting. When you bring it back together, you'll see most of those twists are out. The yo-yo should be able to sleep after that. If it's still not sleeping, you may have gotten a knot around the axle, and you might need to either cut that out or replace the string or something, and that should be able to do it. You may also have put the string on wrong, and so you're going to need to learn how to put the string on. Basically, for a fixed axle yo-yo, all you want to do is just put, you'll want to get a yo-yo string, other string won't really work, but you just want to put the string on one time just like that, and that should allow the yo-yo to sleep. If you need help getting your string on the yo-yo in the right way, we have another video about adjusting your string that will show you how to do that in a little bit more detail. So the next kind of yo-yo that you may have is a brain yo-yo. And a brain yo-yo is any yo-yo that has this kind of mechanism in it, and that mechanism, the clutch system, that is supposed to allow the yo-yo to be a little bit easier to use. But if it's your first yo-yo, you may wonder, how come you can't get it to sleep, even though you know these types of yo-yos can sleep? Well, the way this mechanism works is you actually have to throw the yo-yo hard enough to be able to get it to sleep. And that's actually the way the yo-yo's designed. Is the way this clutch works is it grabs onto the axle when the yo-yo's not moving or when it's moving slowly. And the more powerful you throw it, that clutch system opens up and it allows the axle to spin freely. And once the yo-yo slows down, those clutches come in, they'll grab the axle and bring the yo-yo back up without you ever even pulling the yo-yo up with your hand, just like that. And so if you've gotten one of these yo-yos, you haven't been able to get it to sleep, I suggest you go check out our video about the basic throw. We give you a couple different techniques to improve your throw, get some more power so that you can get the yo-yo to sleep. If you know you're throwing it hard enough and it's still not sleeping, you may have put the yo-yo together wrong, so you can check the packaging on the yo-yo, see if you can figure out how it's supposed to go together. We have a review of the Omega Brain where we show how to put it together, so you can also check out that video. But hopefully that'll help you out. Now the last kind of yo-yo, which is becoming the most popular kind of yo-yo these days, and most of our yo-yos on Yotrix are like this, is the ball bearing yo-yo. And so this is the Luminator, which is the yo-yo that we use to teach just tons and tons of our tricks on Yotrix. And it's a good yo-yo if you're just getting started learning some string tricks and stuff like this. So if you've gotten one of these yo-yos and it was sleeping fine and all of a sudden it stops sleeping, you may wonder, again, like, why isn't my yo-yo sleeping anymore? Well, with these yo-yos, probably the most common thing that happens is as you're using it, maybe you want to take it apart at some point, or maybe it fell apart while you were using it, and then you put the yo-yo back together and it stops sleeping. Well, what happens a lot of times with beginners is they want to put the string onto the bearing while the yo-yo is apart. And then once they put the string on, you know, they kind of fish around, try to get it on there just right. And then once they get the string on, they screw the yo-yo back together, but what they don't realize is that the string has slipped off the bearing a little bit, and now the string is caught in between the bearing and the yo-yo. And so it can't move freely and allow the yo-yo to spin. And so the way that you solve this problem is you shouldn't put the string on while the yo-yo's apart. Instead, you should put the yo-yo together first, and then you open up the string and put the yo-yo right on the string just like that. And that'll make sure that the string doesn't fall between the bearing and the yo-yo. Another thing that can happen is if the yo-yo gets a little bit loose while you're playing with it and you notice it and you tighten it back down, always make sure to check to make sure that the string didn't get caught between the bearing and the yo-yo, because that can happen if it loosens up a little bit. Sometimes if your string is too old, it might be getting a little bit thin, and so the same thing can happen even if the yo-yo hasn't come apart at all. And so in that case, you're just going to need to change the string. A lot of times if you've been playing with it with the string caught between the bearing and the yo-yo, it'll get a little bit cut, and so you might want to change it if that happens, because the string might break on you pretty quick. Another thing that can happen with a ball bearing yo-yo is if you take it apart and maybe you don't realize that there's a bearing in there, you've lost the bearing. If you put the string on and try to throw the yo-yo that way, the yo-yo's not going to sleep either, because it's meant to sleep on the ball bearing, but the little metal bearing inside is gone, so it's just the string sitting on the plastic, and that doesn't really work very well. So if that's the case, we've got replacement bearings on Yotrix that you can check out, and that should solve the problem. So I hope that this video has been helpful. If you have any other questions about why your yo-yo may or may not sleep, just let us know. But these seem to be the most common reasons, and so we hope that helps you out.